What is happening, everybody? Trey here, and today at Reactions to the Classics, gonna be getting our French back on. We did a Jacques Brel top 10 a couple months back, and now it's time to do Calogero's top 10 songs, coming today courtesy of our longtime patron and friend of the channel, Ian. So Ian, as always, man, appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to diving into some more French music. To be honest with you, man, that Jacques Brel was a fantastic top 10 list, and even not being obviously a native French speaker, you still resonate heavily with the passion of these artists that are non-English speaking, man, and it's been a pleasure and a joy to discover a lot of great groups and artists over the months here at RTTC from a lot of different languages, and I'm sure Calogero will be no different. So let's just dive into this, man. Ian had a bit of a write-up, a personal story about how Calogero's music is personal to him, man. He said, "This month I thought I'd introduce you to another one of my favorite artists from the Francophone countries. It was again inspired by my time in the French-speaking part of Belgium, Wallonia. Back in '09, I had arrived in Belgium and took language lessons at the base I worked at. Flavia," shout out to Flavia, was my language teacher, a lovely lady who had the class listen to songs by French-speaking artists. This inspired me to listen to Gainsbourg, Brel, Benabar, and Calogero. Calogero is a French pop rock artist who has sold millions of albums in the French-speaking world, yet is virtually unknown elsewhere. I like a bit of pop rock, and many of his songs echo the pop rock sounds of bands such as Travis, Snow Patrol, and Coldplay, sometimes to the extent you wonder how there haven't been any royalties paid. Having said that, his catalog is very varied, and he has collaborated with artists of many styles, and I hope this top 10 will inspire some more people to dig in and access these excellent songs. And just a little more info about the man himself. As well as being in bands and having a solo career, Calogero composed songs for many artists, often in collaboration with his brother. Calogero is a bass player, but he also plays keyboards and guitars. His initial musical training was on the organ, of all things. On his first solo album, he plays the guitar, while in the next two, he plays bass. He's left-handed. Shout out to all my fellow lefties out there. I'm already liking Calogero before we even get into his music. And he sings about this in one of his tunes. He's also a huge Paul McCartney fan. So, man, all that to say, we're just going to dive into this. Just a couple notes up front. Ian was kind enough to attach lyrics that are translated for all these tunes, and all of the songs except for this first one, number 10, are going to be videos as well, so kind of get an audio and visual experience and be able to see him perform, which is going to be really, really cool. And due to copyright, this probably won't be up in its full video here on YouTube, but you can check out the Vimeo link down below if you'd like to see the full video with the music and the videos uncut in there. Shout out to the patrons like Ian who helped get this done, but enough talk, man. Let's kick this list off with number 10, Hypochondriac here, the longest tune on this list, going over 8 minutes. Ian notes is from the Pomme C album, a fun closing song with a clever theme. This was the hardest song to include given there's so many more popular songs that had kept it out of the list. See the honorable mentions that we're going to note at the end. But Pomme C is my favorite Calogero album, and I've listened to this song so often it always brings a smile to me. So I'm sorry, but it's number 10 for me. I'd give it a 7.75. So with that said, man, let's cue this one up. Here, Hypochondriac, and what a journey of a track this was, man. I enjoyed how it started off a bit softer, just with that piano going in, before we really went with the more rocking elements, that guitar coming in loud and just kind of in your face, which I think worked well with Calogero's voice. Just one song in, I'm enjoying his voice, man, and I thought he was able to bring forth that passion that I think the song subject matter was going. Looking at some of these translated lyrics here, you know, with the name Hypochondriac, you figure illness, sickness, pain is going to be at the forefront, and you'd be right, man. You'd be right. He notes here, we are in agony from how hard we try. Who's to blame? Whose fault is it? We are in agony from all the harm we do to ourselves. I hurt for others. Hurt for others, I'm in pain. So he's in pain, other people are in pain. There's just a lot of pain going around in this track. He notes that I'm not comfortable with myself, I feel sick, calls out to the doctor, and he notes, I'm in agony, no more friends, no more pleasure, my straight jacket. an interesting way thematically to close out this record, man. He's Calogero's bringing the truth here to you, and then we ended with a very pleasant instrumental where we stripped those rock elements back, had a gorgeous melody, and again very key dominated before at the end kind of soaring back up, bringing the guitar to the forefront again, and yeah, man, a good way to start off this list right here. I enjoyed that, and now we're going to number 9 on the list. We have Tiananmen. This is from the self-titled Calogero album. It's a political song that shows solidarity with those protesters that unfortunately died in the 1989 Tiananmen Square massacre. It's a brave statement that demands respect, and it's a beautiful song at the same time. So from here on out, y'all, we have videos for all of these, so from various sources. So we're going to cue this one up here, man, and let's see what we got. All right, Tiananmen. What a video! I just gotta say from the jump, man. I obviously didn't have the lyrics up as I was watching, so I didn't get to dive into those until after. But it didn't really even matter because I think the just the storyline of the video played out quite well. What the lyrics were, you got that sense where everybody was kind of up against their own struggles, if you will. You saw the person who was sick. You saw the kid throw the soccer ball and break the plant. You saw the woman who's frustrated, hit the lamp down. And, everybody's just going through their own trials and tribulations. And then at the end there, when it all comes together and they all watch on TV what actually transpired, one of the more famous 20th century images of the man standing in front of the tank at Tiananmen Square. And I just thought that was a very powerful message and way to in the video, and I thought it was interesting as well how the guys came up and shaved their heads. Yet again, I think showing maybe some of that solidarity with just your fellow human, man. No matter what language you speak or country you are, there's still that human element, and I think we all in the back of our minds realize that, hey, man, like any one of us could have been born in that time, or so much of life is just by where you're placed, man, what country you are, what family you have, and I think that's when you see the political upheaval around the world. Your heart goes out to those that are not in situations as fortunate as you might be, and so I think the Calogero did a fantastic job really conveying that message through this video here, and kind of diving into the lyrics a little bit. He even notes that taking you there to Tiananmen, not giving up, alone facing yourself, we see ourselves walking, giving our chains because that's all we have left. Maybe that Tiananmen is closer than we think, that our little struggles worth to fight for them as well. So I think that sums it up beautifully, man. And we're going to move now to number 8 on the list here, Taking Root. Ian says the 5th track from the same album. I really enjoyed the dramatic build up to the chorus. Not entirely sure I get the video, but it's got a certain French charm to it. Well, let's see if we can figure this one out together. All right, Taking Root, bringing it, man. Just from the video, well, I'll start musically. Yet again, enjoyed the shift in dynamics of the tune from being a bit more relaxed, and then kind of really obviously going in full throttle in the rock genre in the chorus there. It was cool too to see Calogero playing his bass, man, in the middle of this street where chaos might be too big a word, but you got the hustle and bustle of everybody running, and then we see these these two lovers slowly walking toward each other while everybody else is running frantically, and towards the end of the video they embrace and share a long kiss, and then I believe it was them as their like older selves on the side where she ended up being pregnant, and then before it cut back to them kissing, then it was back and now they had the baby, cut back, now their kid was grown up a little bit more. So who knows, maybe I'm reading too much into the whole taking root concept where they took root as a family, and hey, look what happened type of deal. In any case, man, I thought the instrumentation was really solid, and Calogero's voice is just very smooth, and is able to be it seems variable, where we had the strings in the last track First track was a longer, kind of mix of the piano and the guitar. Here, more kind of straightforward rock. And that's just 3 songs in. We still got 7 songs left here. All that to say, man, I enjoyed this one, and now we're gonna move up to number 7. We have Shadow and Light. Ian said it's from the Le Mbelly album, and has a melodramatic feel. And Ian notes it's from the Le Imbel album and has a melodramatic feel and a Serge Gainsbourg-esque soundscape. I think it would be too theatrical and pretentious for a British band to pull off, but Calogero and the Grand Corps Malade own it. Again, this is an alien soundscape to my British ears. I can't imagine an Anglophone pop rock song sounding featuring a slam poet. It's almost ridiculous, wonderfully pretentious, never quite sure if that's intended, but it really works for me. Love it, and scores an 8.25. Well, with that build up, you got me excited, Ian. Let's see what we got. All right, Shadow and Light coming in here, man. And I see what Ian was talking about as the song and video got going along. Just the unique nature of having a poet up in there, man. He was spitting those those poetic lyrics quite quickly. And he starts off describing a story, summer 1868. So we're throwing it way back, ladies and gentlemen. Talking about a guy, the door of the saloon is still swinging. Outside, the world is swirling up the dust. He's riding towards his destiny without ever looking back. Is he looking for something, or is he on the run? Is he confident or uncertain? And I think that kind of, again, ties into the whole duality of the track, the shadow and light, which, again, I thought was very well done in the video as well, with the way the lighting was on Calogero. And then that makes a little more sense now, I guess, when it talks about this guy running, because, hey, we had that in the actual video itself. And then, we go to Calogero, where it's a bit more of a, kind of anthemic type of chorus, where he notes shadow or light, which one of the two will enlighten us? I'm walking towards the sun and the colors of winter, shadow or light. How long have I been waiting to find a smile? So again, yeah, that duality's coming through. Poet comes back on, and it's now 2008. The door of the cafe is still trembling. Outside, the rain is lashing onto the asphalt. It's a race against the clock, or a race against fear. So I think they were able to bring that kind of this is like, we need to do this type of now attitude to the song, man. This is urgent. I think that they brought that forth, and again, solid instrumentation by Calogero here. And we're going now to number 6, bass C word. Ian says Calogero collaborates here with Posse for a pop rap mix, which did well on the charts. It's an effective song in as much as I understand it, about the Congo and the conflict, blood diamonds, and resulting refugees. The charm of listening to a song I don't fully understand, even after reading the translation, is that it shows how much of the poetry and allegory in a song depends on the shared understanding resulting from being brought up in a culture and a language. I think that's a fantastic and well noted point there, Ian. Sometimes it makes me despair that I will never fully understand, and other times it inspires me to listen again. I think that's the right attitude to have. So let's see what Calogero and Passy have in store for us here. Man, powerful song, and yet again, I'm glad we have all these videos in here, man. So good shout to you, Ian, for including all those, because yet again, I think even if I don't understand all the nuances of the track, I know Passy's coming in here talking, at least in this translation, these first lines: let's not choose by origin nor by color of the skin when we are dreaming of a life in a castle while we're living in the ghetto, to born the vice around the neck of the cassette for Hugo, to born into the camo suit to the conflicts, and to pray for the highest. So I think some of that might be a little lost in translation. Ian touched, I think, on the just kind of upheaval. He mentions the Congo later on as well, and I think the turmoil in that country is kind of coming through the rapping that's being done here. So I thought he did a great job, had a good flow. And then Calogero comes in, and he sings in a that more pop, pleasant just to the ear type of sound. And he says, face to the sea, I should have grown, face against the ground, I could have died, I rise again, I grab my last dream. So I think that refrain just says it all, that even whether you're in the Congo and beaten down by the environment there, whether you're in Calogero's environment, whether you're here in the States, wherever you are in the world, no matter how many times you get kind of beaten down, that idea to rise up. And I think at the end you saw that too with the woman and then the guy that was on the park bench. The sea kind of was out there. You feel water, you feel rebirth, renewal. Those are some of the images that conjure up, and I think that it got its message across very well in that regard, man. So shout out to Passy and Calogero on that one, man. And now we're going to number 5 on the list. We're halfway through, and now it's up to if only he was missing me. Ian notes, a haunting and a song about wanting to be missed by an absent parent. A heartfelt delivery really makes this song. I'm sure you guys will appreciate the basketball theme video. Huge basketball fan here. Coach basketball, have for many years. Love it. So, man, I'm already hyped. So, Ian notes a solid 825 for him. This was the 3rd single from his 2nd studio record. It was Calogero's 2nd most successful single throughout his career, achieving the top 10 in Belgium and France. Oh, man, a very powerful tune. If only he could be missing me, which I think is a fantastic title as well. Yet again, conveys really the theme of the song. We see here at the start of the video where you have the father there. He gives his son a basketball, which would come into play later in the video, where it takes place on a basketball court. He started with the kid playing basketball. Then, with the camera cut, now he's a man and, still playing. And we have Calogero just, singing in a really, I think Ian said it best, that heartfelt delivery where you can just kind of feel that pain going in. Just that whole concept of only he could be missing me. Obviously, the father, we're going to assume shortly after he gave the basketball, was absent. He wasn't there. And in the lyrics, it notes, all he would have to do would be to call me. Where does my life come from? Certainly not from heaven. Telling him about my childhood, his absence every day. How can I break this silence surrounding him? He notes then that he's had to cut his teeth on his own. If only he could be missing me. Will he get in touch with me? Lack of love isn't a crime. I have but one request to him. If only he could be missing me. That whole concept is, I've been very blessed and, fortunate to have 2 parents that really, love and care and support me, but that's obviously, you got to recognize it's not the norm for everybody. And then at the end, his dad kind of showed up again at the end, and we're just kind of left to wonder, okay, what's going to happen here? Is he going to let his dad back into his life, or is has too much time passed? So that's, I thought the video was, yet again, these videos do a great job conveying the message of the tune, even if you can't, understand them as a non-native speaker. I just thought that is gonna probably end up amongst my favorites. And now we're going up to number 4 on the list, man. We have In Weightlessness from the self-titled Calogero album. This song has a clean feel, nothing too busy, not too many layers of sound. Calogero shows off his vocal strength. A fun pop video makes this song for me, and it's an 8.5. It was the 2nd single from his 2nd record. It achieved success in Belgium and France and became his first hit since he started a solo career. All right, In Weightlessness, bringing it, man. What a video that was, and I'm sure Calogero had fun with it as well, if you know what I mean, man. The lyrics kind of detail the story that we saw unfold, man. He says, I can slide in right before the doors are closing. She says to me, what floor? And her voice makes me leave the ground. Numbers are dancing, everything gets confused. I'm head to head with an angel. And you see that there. He slides in, he hits, I think it was level 45, 46, as they start to slowly go up. It was interesting too, the little details in the video. He was at the front in the elevator, she was in the back looking out the glass, and then you get that first dreamlike state where he starts to imagine, oh man, what if I went, or what if she just came over to me, let her hair down, and we went to kiss each other, and then he kind of snaps back to reality, and they continue to go up, and then the dream goes a little farther, snaps back to reality, eventually, which I was wondering. I was like, is there anybody else in this building? These started at floor 1 and he's going up to 46 and nobody's stopping him. And eventually a bunch of people come into the elevator, but then we get the last kind of dreamlike state where they really go at it. The kissing occurs, the love is in the air, and they just elevate all the way up to the heavens, essentially, where Calogero is also an astronaut, which I thought was hilarious at the very end. It is a dreamlike state, though, because he snaps back, she walks out, and then the door closes in his face right at the end. And just one of those situations, a little love at first sight. I don't run into any of these types of women in elevators, man. But I think that this was a fun tune, man. Yet again, great vocal performance and solid melody to boot, catchy, and I dug this one quite a bit. So now we are up to our top 3 already, ladies and gentlemen. This list is cruising on by these, 3.5 minute tunes. You just kind of get to the point, man. And we're going now to Apple C or Pum C. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too bad. The title track from the record of the same name with a great video. You can see the record company went to town on this song. A well-crafted track, maybe a bit too pop rock by numbers to get a 9, but an 8.75 for me. Shout out to you, Ian. Let's see what we got. All right, Apple C. Yet again, the creativity of Calogero is coming through, and this seemed a bit ahead of its time, a bit prophetic in the sense too, with just how computer based it was. You had all the people with their profiles and their videos. Obviously, conjures up you had the social media sites of the day, that we have now. And as you dive into the lyrics, he notes, "I have her picture, I have her email, her heart at the tip of my keyboard, and a desire for her without ever having touched her." Yet again, a modern. I don't know if dilemma is the right word in our world, and where people can fall in love with others without ever even having met them in real life, or ever even talked to them or touching them or whatever the case may be. At the end, he got that one girl that caught his eye and brought the little video type thing down, and she came to life right in front of him. I thought one of my favorite shots was where it was scrolling Calogero's mouth in a circle here, and had him as he was singing it going in front of his face. I thought that was really cool. And then at the very end where they were kind of intersplicing a bunch of the different people on top of each other, I thought that was really cool as well, man. And he notes at the end, or in the chorus, "Apple, it's a man and a woman, and it's all a program, an artificial sky. Apple, who turns me on and who leaves me. We love each other too quickly. Our lives, that's the virtual potential." I mean, what a forward, thinking type of track here. He called a lot of this stuff, and I like the whole Apple thing too. Not only does it conjure up, actually Apple, the company, but even Apple going all the way back to, the Garden of, Eden in the Bible, the Adam and Eve, the whole Apple in that regard. So I don't know if he was going there with that, but that's where my mind went with it. And yet again, a solid instrumentation as well. Definitely it kind of leaned a little bit more into the pop sensibilities than the rock, but that's no issue by any means, man. So now up to number 2, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for It's Said. And Ian notes it's a nostalgic and sentimental song from the Les Embellis album. This has a strong Travis feel. I enjoy the orchestration and its contrast to the upbeat banjo sound / bar piano sounds of the foreground. The song seems to be played in every Belgian supermarket you visited in the early 2010s. This song has been played a few too many times for me to give it the top spot, but I'm giving it a 9. And a little more research on the song. It was written by Jean-Jacques Goldman. That was the first collab between both artists. In various interviews, Calogero explained why he wanted a song written by Goldman. Quote, "I wanted to work with him first because I think he's a great author. I love his lyrics more than his music. I found interesting to make him work on a music that has no refrain. He said to me that it was bizarre, my song. I told him, find the hook. Calogero also said he wanted a moving text to express his feelings for his friends. Calogero composed the music with more acoustic and stripped arrangements than on previous records and used an acoustic guitar. The song deals with friendship, an important theme for the singer. He said, quote, "This is a song that says several things. Despite what you may succeed in life, the true wealth is not being alone. It's to be surrounded by 2 or 3 true friends. It's also a way to say we haven't many friends." Man, a wise man Calogero is. So let's see what we got here. It's been said, really getting to the heart of some of that nostalgia and also just the heart of a friendship and the beauties that can be, man. Diving into the lyrics before we touch on the instrumentation. Singing in girls, many drinks and many nights. Such were our times, such were our lives. A great way to start off the song there. It's been said that your friends are your only riches. Then he notes stormy times are kind of coming in. Impossible loves, defeats, ironies, when everything crashes down, when even our dreams flee, there is only an island, a haven, a party left. And then he repeats that refrain. It's been said that your friends are your only riches. I think that is a great line right there and a great kind of theme. And you can see that playing out here. People playing video games, singing with each other, having a good time, just enjoying and living life, man. And Calogero's over there, just on his acoustic guitar. I thought the interplay between the strings, between Calogero's acoustic, and between the piano that we had was very pleasant on the ears, man. Soft vocal delivery, and just one that honestly you didn't want to have end. This is gonna be another one that will land amongst my favorites here, and a wise choice at number 2. I can see why it was such a big hit. And now, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll. It is time for the number 1 song on the list. What is Calogero's number 1 song according to Ian? Come on, people. It is Come On with Ya La. It's a grand U2 sounding pop rock anthem. Really love the invocation to seize the day and move on, inspired by life and love. I'm giving this a 9. Well, we will cue this last one up, ladies and gentlemen. Then afterwards, I will note Ian's honorable mentions, and then I will note my favorites and overall thoughts on Calogero. So let's get it. All right, Ya La bringing us to the end of this list here. And I think this was one of the more catchy choruses that we've had on this entire list. And one of the better vocal performances, I think, from Calogero as well. I thought the video, yet again, showed that creativity that we've seen throughout this entire top 10. People kind of elevating up throughout as the video has progressed until the end. Most people are up in the air, including Calogero himself, man, which I thought was kind of a treat right there. He notes that we know that life ticks away and that there's nothing left on a burning candle. You can even decide yourself the path you'll follow. Do you think that everything boils into the salt of our fingers, which is something lighter than a feather? Yet again, some very strong lyricism. I know I haven't keyed in on that as much as I normally do in the reactions, as I've just been so impressed with the creativity of the videos and instrumentation. But I think this showcases how strong a songwriter Calogero is. And he notes, come on, she takes me with her, I'll take you with me. Ya la, just that, just a word that is very fun to say, for lack of a better term, man. And as we go on, not any ferocious emotion, a word of love into the air, a few words inside anyone to awaken an awaiting volcano. You'll discover the sun inside the heart of the children. And just that whole desire to kind of rise up. Definitely blended we've heard through a lot of this list, though, the pop rock sensibilities were there, and I can see how this would be a monster hit, man. Very easy on my ears, at least. So that'll take us now to the honorable mentions for Ian over here. Some songs that didn't quite make it for me. The Portrait, Les Sa de l'Ange, we had Drôle d'Animal, we had Dancer, Encore, we had Asi Libre que Moi, Passage de Cyclones, and the Priende Leer. Hopefully, you got to see some of my text in French right there, ladies and gentlemen. Ian also noted Calogero just released a new record, which I haven't listened to, and I'm sure there are many songs I've missed in the last few years since I left Belgium. I see there are songs on YouTube like J'ai joué de la musique with 30 million views that I haven't even heard, so the message is to be brave and explore. And man, I think that's a great point, Ian, because tackling a list like this can be a bit intimidating when you're just going, it's a foreign language, you don't know the artist at all, how's it going to be? But it is so rewarding as you dive through it and really take the time to look at the lyrics and the background of the songs as well. So again, I want to thank Ian for bringing this to the channel's attention today, and always keeping things fresh up here on RTTC. Now to my favorites. I'll start from the top and then go down. I'm actually going to go a little Hypochondriac action. I thought that the extended instrumental at the end there really worked and was some of my favorite just straight up music on this entire list. I thought Face Seaward, its video was quite powerful and well done, and brought in the themes of that song in a strong way. If Only He Was Missing Me, the whole basketball tie-in, and just a pretty heartbreaking track too whenever you really dive into the lyrics. So I thought that was strong. The In Weightlessness video was fantastic in its own right as well, and had a strong chorus. I thought that that It Said was really strong too, with the whole nostalgic nature of it and the importance of friends. And so those would be my favorites off this list, man. All in all, a very strong list. I enjoyed the creativity of the videos, as I've said. I enjoyed, and a lot of it, how we got to see Calogero play that bass. I thought that was pretty tight. And, the real theme of this list, man, you had the great blend from the pop nature with the guitar work going and drums going a little heavier, to even some strings, to even that chanson spirit of the poetic French lyrics and stories that were being told in here. So all in all, man, a really fun top 10 list to dive into today. Let me know your favorite Calogero tracks down in the comment section below, as well as giving Ian some love for suggesting this for us to do today. And if you would like to have me do a reaction to somebody or a top 10 list of your own, you can check out our Patreon page, which is linked down below, and also will be at the end screen, along with another video you might enjoy, maybe a Jacques Brel, who knows, man. But again, Ian, thank you for introducing me to the world of Calogero. Long live him, man, and his music. And until next time, thanks for watching, happy listening, and I will see you.